Hello, my name is Julio Enel and I'm a naturalist at Walter B. Jacobs Memorial Nature Park, which is one of Caddo Parish parks. Welcome to an introduction to acrylic painting program. Today we're going to paint a foggy forest in fall. We're going to paint this on a canvas. And the paints that we're going to need are burnt umber, titanium white, permanent black, med yellow, grass green, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, phthalo blue, and crimson. The brushes that we're going to need are a wide angular brush, filbert 16, a 1/4 of an inch angular brush, a mop brush to do the blending in, a liner, round, and 0.5 liner, the thinnest. And I have two bristle brushes. I'm going to use them to do the leaves, number 8 and number 2. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to start from the darkest corner, which is this. Phthalo blue mixed with white. I'm going to take some white, pure white, because this middle part is much lighter. Just phthalo blue here to make it a little bit darker, because the white is already wet and it's and then I'm going to use my just phthalo blue. I'm going to make this a little bit darker. I'm touching this brush very, very lightly. So instead of picking up the paint, it just blends. I'm doing this when the background is wet, so the blending in is easier. I'm just looking at the photograph and try to spot the darker spots. There's some darkness here too. We're going to start working on the forest floor. Red and yellow, orange, dark orange, and then I added a little bit of burnt umber and a very little bit of black to make it a little bit dark. Especially the very bottom will be dark, really dark black. So I'm gradually adding lighter leave the very basic part the darker. So we're gonna blend in with the background a little bit more with the lighter color, with the orange. So I'm using this dark burnt umber and black mixture to get rid of this line. Later. Okay, let's put the light to the top layer, and then we will start doing our trees. I'm using this bristle brush number 2. Okay, my orange. Now there's a light that's hitting here. I'll just put here, and then some is hitting here. This is orange. Let's make some darker rose. I'm using black right now. I put a little bit red on this black, mixing black with red, so you can see some redness in the black. Now we're going to put the trees, these lighter trees, in the background. And then we're going to add their leaves. I'm going to use number 2 flathead. Okay, I'm going to use 1/4 of an inch angular brush. Okay, let's begin. This is too dark. I didn't like it. I'm just going to go over it with very, very light blue. Okay, I'm going to do the background, the little branches, mixing phthalo blue with white. And make it very, very light blue. No blacks, just blue. I think this thin round brush liner is more suitable for the thinner trees in the background, so I'm going to continue with this brush because there are really tiny ones. When you have quite a bit of water on your brush, it makes it kind of hazy like this. Okay, now we're going to put the leaves on this, and then we're going to do the bigger ones closest to us. I think yellow ochre is a good color to do the lighter parts. Bristle brush is better for leaves, but the fan gives this wavy shape. We'll try. And I started with the darkest color, which is burnt umber. This is a little bit of paint that I put to the tip of the brush. Okay, I'm using my bristle brush. The very tip, just a little bit of paint. Right now I'm just using the burnt umber. I'm going to add layers of oranges and yellows and so just remember, this is a very thin brush. You can use even thinner brush if you want to make your leaves a little bit, smaller. I'm using yellow ochre, medium light and white mixed. Kind of started with that. Let's see how it goes. With the biggest bristly brush. I'm going to put really light yellow to this. Some parts really almost whitish. Now I'm going to put a fog here into the forest and get rid of some of these really dark colors. They will almost become invisible. Let me start from here. Let's see how it. If you want some of your trees to a little bit more visible with light blue, because they're supposed to be disappearing in the Okay, I think this is good enough. Now we're going to paint the bigger trees up close. For that, I'm going to use this brush here, 1/4 of an inch thick, angular, and it's going to be really dark. Burnt umber. I'm going to mix burnt umber with black. This goes into the bushes down here because it's closer to us. Done with this painting. It has to be continuing to very little color paint on my brush to darken the top part of the forest. Okay, I think we are done. I hope you enjoyed painting your foggy forest in fall. See you next time.